Morning everybody, what a glorious day, it's lovely here. I thought today I would give you a little tour, a little kind of heads up on my seedlings that I planted probably about 2 weeks ago now, see how they're doing and little cheats I've done. So here is where I kind of had it all set out and they're coming along. What I think I might do is take them where I'll show you in a minute where I've got my other seedlings. They're the pick and come ones. They're doing all right, they've all germinated. These are my mustards, which seem to have taken a little while to get going, but they're pretty much now due to be pricking out and getting sorted. I've got some Durham early there, which I seem to, well, this is where my cheat's coming in. Winter King, a Copenhagen and Durham early, they've all seemed to struggle. Now I don't know if it was like poor seeds eventually, you know, they're old, but the pak choi didn't come as well. So the idea was, my mum wanted to go to a garden centre or to a nursery. Now my mum lives close to Wylam, and that's where our kind of favourite, we call it a garden centre, but it is a nursery. This is really the only place I've found that does this kind of just naturally soil conditioner, Keith Singleton's. I think it comes from Cumbria as well, but what a little treat for your garden if you've got it kind of hanging around. So when I was at this nursery, I always like to kind of have a little look around, and it's a nursery. They kind of bring on their own plants. You know what I mean? That's the whole, you know, part of it. They actually from seeds bring them the whole thing to the process. So I was sneaking around here. And this is where you're kind of not really meant to go. This is their kind of own tomato growing. And I was looking as well, and you know, we're kind of end of August there. You can see there's a lot of tomatoes are finished, you know, even finished for them. But they just grow in grow bags. You know, yeah, there's some pots there, but they do the grow bags as well. And, you know, there's the cucumbers. Now, I'm quite impressed with my cucumbers just as much as theirs, you know what I mean? So there we go. It's just like a pot, but they've just got it strung up. But I couldn't see like a irrigation, so they must just hand water with a hose pipe. You know, that's what I was thinking anyways, you know. And yeah, the tomatoes are great. You know, you can see they're using the string method to kind of prop them up there. And there's my mum there. Yeah, so just kind of stopped talking to anybody. And like I said, there's still way loads of flowers. And I was wondering what they did with the tomatoes. And I don't know if this is just the only outlet. You know, it must go to restaurants and shops. But you can see there, they're just kind of selling them in tubs and £2 a shot, little things like that. So, and they did the same with the cucumbers as well. You kind of, you know, pitiful little supply there. Mini cucumbers, 50p each. So as you know, no dig. And yes, I am getting to the seedlings, but you know, this garden's kind of no dig. There's been a couple of beds that have been, normally this is what you see. I don't think you can see with the lights. You know, you get the odd big weed come up with no digging, you just pick it out and it's, you know, eventually you get on top of them. This bed down there has been horrendous. Now, I want to just show you it now, because we went to Wylam Nursery and Keith Singleton's soil conditioner. I got myself a bag of that and it is absolutely lovely. Now this, I've used this before in the past, even before we had I made this in the kind of raised bed garden. I've put the bags of Keith Singleton's this stuff on, and like I say, it just needed it. This bed just needed it. It was just getting a little bit out of hand. There was obviously a whole bucket of seeds that went in with the compost. That probably made the compost wasn't made, or it's blown in from other places. But I knew we were going to that garden centre, nursery, and you know, I'd take my mum there. She kind of admire her so much in the kind of the plants woman, that she knows the knowledge, and she recommended this stuff years ago to us. So if you ever see it, Keith Singleton's soil conditioner, just like a little treat for like one little bed, put a bag on and just to get it back to normal. But my little cheat, so getting back to those failed cabbages, I mean, they're probably going to come, you know, they're all right, to be honest. I'll be able to kind of prick them out. But the Winter King, and it's like, I think it's called Copenhagen, not so good. So here's me little cheat again, which these are January king, the other ones were winter king. And do you know what I mean? Like you say, you missed your chance and they were there, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to. And I think, like I say, they do them themselves, because these are their own little labels, you know, and it's their own little pots. Some Savoy cabbage. But, now I know the light's a little bit bright here there now, I started to prick out all of mine. So, we have the Marathon Calabrese. That's what I did there. Now these are my trays, not my trays, but these are the ones that are jerry rigged up. You know, I drilled like bigger holes in them. So I've got them all coming. Now I did this yesterday at silly o'clock in the morning. Honestly, it must have been about just after 6 o'clock in the morning. And I've got a lot, because I'm just aiming now just to put as many in the ground, as many places, and you know, see what happens. Next up is me I'm going to say turnip, but it's Swede. This is the invitation one. Now these are I forget the name, but these are the bought ones with the nicer bigger holes as well, and again they've just all come up. Now this is a salad, and I've got a few salads, and I haven't even listed the salads, but these are in, and I think I've got to be on the ball with these trays. These trays come from the same place. These are the Charlie Dowden ones, but they're in there's 30 little plugs there, and I think this is going to work for me. I'm hoping, because this little tray is great for, you know, I didn't want like a big tray. I haven't actually got them down here, but the big tray, if I just show you, this one is even got more holes in than that one, you know, and it's just, I found it awkward when I think there was about 72 plug plants, you know, like slots in, and this has got a few in as well. But with these new little ones, and you can even get them now like just like a little single tray, so it's great just for like whopping in some salad. You've got to be on the ball though, because these, you know, these will grow pretty quick, and then straight away the roots will become root bound, and then you're lost, you know what I mean? You're kind of really lost your footing. So anyway, I've got some salad there. I've got, again, there's the 3 different rows of salad, and I just did the salad, if you remember, just in rows, just Steve Green side up, just kind of bang, 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 bang. And this time I wasn't even bothered about labelling it. I just want mixtures of salads just to kind of throw into the mix, you know. And I've still got, these are all like different things. I've still got all some, and I'm looking after these. These are different, you know, the Swedes and the marathons and the igloo. I've got some igloo. There you go, igloo cauliflowers are all done as well. And this, now I know I've got the cabbages there, but this winter, what my whole intention, goal is to try and aim for is using, these are Brussels sprouts. Now, did I name them? Bridget F1 Brussels sprouts. Again, sorry for the light bouncing. I'm just going, that's not a Brussels sprout, I don't know what that is, but I'll stick it in there. I'm aiming just to use the greens. I'm not bothered about the Brussels sprouts. I haven't got them, I didn't set them away earlier in May for kind of Christmas, but I'm intending to try and harvest the greens, the green leaves and the green heads, the hearts of the Brussels sprouts. I've had them before and they're lovely, and it's a crop that I never, you know, it was like a byproduct. So I'm aiming, I watched the Charlie Dowden thing where that's the way he does it. He grows his main crop in May and then the secondary crop for just the greens. So that's my seedlings up to now. And again, I'm quite happy. Like I say, it's a bit disappointing that I had to resort, but what the hell? Do you know what I mean? I could have quite easily put some in, but it's that habit of, you know, when you just see them, it's just, oh, I'll get some. So the big question is, have you got a setup now for winter, for autumn, you know, for going into that kind of the winter months, the January? Have you got anything? A lot of that I'm going to try and grow in the polytunnel as well. So along with the kind of the mustards and the salads. I'll be growing certain, you know, like cabbage brassicas in the polytunnel as well as outside as well, just to see how it grows, you know what I mean? Just to keep that gardening feeling till till it starts again. Look after yourselves, take good care.